Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there. Bubble, bubble, Thor's in trouble. All right, that's right, kids. This episode and next, stay tuned. All right, but until then, welcome back to Marvel Tales. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, Dr. Dream's Revenge.
Justin the Owl boarding the Quinjet and heading for Hydro Base.
We're not talking Avengers 37 or Avengers Spotlight 37 this time. All right. Yes, kids. Well, this episode, we're going to talk part one of our two-part Time Bubble special. This time,
the Time Bubble Saga.
This time it's going to be Avengers 294 to 297. And next episode will be Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Continuing the story.
And you may have got the hint from my intro there. Thor will be an integral part of both of these stories.
Yes.
All right. So.
I'm glad you picked these. It's been at least 10 years or more since I've read these.
Yeah, so
I was happy to go back to these. Yeah.
All right. All right, should we get into these?
Yeah. Do we have synopses for these ones, Phil?
Yes, I believe. Yes, I believe we have synopses for all of these. Yes.
Very nice.
All right.
You never know.
I know, but I'm just like, oh, somebody went to trouble to do synopses for these. Yes. Again, kids, we love these issues, but they're crazy as F.
Oh, yeah, bless this mess. That's all I can say.
Walt Simonson. I love you. That's an interview we need. Walt Simonson.
Yes.
Hell, I wonder if we could kill two birds with one stone. Just get the Simonson as a couple.
Please? Oh, yes. Sign me up for that. Make it a 2-hour extravaganza.
The cover of 294 was made for you. Who leads the
yeah. Who? The world may never know.
Exactly. All right. So, yes, we'll start here with Avengers 294 from August 1988. If wishes were horses. Okay. Writer Walter Simonson, penciler John Buscema, inker Tom Palmer, colors Paul Becton, letterer Bill Oakley, and editor the late great Mark Grunwald.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. This one's a smaller synopsis. Some of these are longer. Okay. The Ebony Blade blood curse has been reawakened on account of having been used by Namor to kill Marina. Its effects begin to overwhelm the Black Knight, and he is forced to don an exoskeleton to combat his worsening paralysis. Captain Marvel reverts back to her human form after her fight with Marina. The effects of the battle leave her withered and close to death. Meanwhile, a member of the Kang Corps is revealed to be Nebula. She makes her way to Earth in order to secure control over the Avengers.
That did gloss over some details, though, didn't it?
Doesn't even mention the name Dr. Druid.
You're right.
Doesn't even mention. Even says in the notes, Dr. Druid mentally manipulates the other Avengers into electing him chairman.
Yeah, right. And then has an elaborate fantasy sequence in which he and Nebula are on some alien world, and he suddenly becomes Superman and flies around and destroys this monstrous behemoth that's attacking the city.
Oh yeah. It's like a mix of like high tech and like barbarian. Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah,
it's weird. Yeah,
and he has something like that giant like dinosaur thing or something.
Yeah, the Leviathan thing. It's so bizarre. It's very kind of John Carter of Mars type of things. You know, it's
I know.
Fantasy, sci-fi, all over the place.
Like you said, it goes on for a while. It's like almost 6 pages.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, but
yeah.
even before that, when they're just like searching the ocean for Captain Marvel, and
Y- Um, yeah, I had to laugh at the Black Knight's curse.
the
The
blade.
blade, the black blade. He's screaming at the top of his lungs. And then, is it in this issue? Yes, they're talking about reactivating some reserve members later on in the issue after Dr. Druid's big fantasy
Hmm.
where he bangs Nebula after beating the monster. Um,
Oh, that is the funniest
th-
thing.
yeah, but then Black Knight is suddenly just loses his crap all of a sudden. He's like, "Why? The Wasp is no brain surgeon. Hercules was an airhead. Mantis became a cosmic valley girl. The Black Widow was always a waste. Star Fox a mincing fop, and the rest of them weren't even worth a tinker's damn." He's just losing his mind. I'm like, Dane, calm down now.
Oh, can you imagine?
Jeez. Yikes.
I know. Oh my god, but that druid fantasy. I mean, literally, it's like, I
Yeah.
mean, there ain't no
Yeah.
there's no doubt what she's offering him there.
Yeah. The victor's laurels are yours, my lord. Come take a hero's reward, she says. It's like,
come,
oh my goodness.
come, take a hero's reward. Not necessarily in that order. Oh my lord.
It was so funny. I remember reading this the first time and being like, what is going on here? What is going on here? This is so bizarre. But I was also actually kind of miffed about what they did to Monica, to Captain Marvel.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought that was some dirty,
I,
dirty
I mean,
dealings.
I
Yeah.
mean, they were slowly whittling down the Avengers here because again, killed Marina we killed Marina last time, and then Submariner left, and now we're getting rid
Mhm.
of Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Captain Marvel, and then more will be leaving. Yeah, it's just a shame that they had to do it in that way, I guess,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
where she looked so kind of like almost emaciated and cadaverous. Yeah, it was just really weird. Yeah, I didn't really care for it.
I know. I'm just like, wait a minute. So, I mean, I get it, but it was just like, really. So, when her energy hit the water, she like lost all this
Yeah, I don't.
like water. Really?
I guess. Yeah.
Oh my lord! But just that, and again, we call her Nebula, but it's eventually revealed she's not the real Nebula. But just the visual of her like flying down the earth in that skirt and
Oh,
stuff.
and the skirt. Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah.
Looks like she's ready for a day at the office, and meanwhile she's just, like, flying down there. What you gonna do when you wreck time? I'm gonna dress business. Oh,
Yeah, that is good stuff. I'd forgotten about that actually. Her flying down to Earth in that mini
yes.
skirt. It's good.
And I love how the one Kang has like basically has a goatee on his helmet.
Yeah, yeah. His skin is his face is gray, but his beard is blue.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, is that supposed to be his real face? But I'm like, it has like the markings of like the rest of them have on their helmets. I'm like,
Right.
is it a
Yeah.
different color? I was like, I don't
And some of them have little different appellations. Like there's Kang Cobra, and later on in another issue there's Kang Kong, and I was like, oh my word. They're really going for it. They're really going for it with these Kang nicknames, I
know.
guess.
I know.
Yeah.
See what we could have. See what we could have had. We almost had in the MCU. And I swear they were going for the full evil organization because I mean, I think they cut back on this later on, but I swear in this one it seems like the Council of Cross-Time Kangs have a lot of K's
Mm,
in it.
yes, definitely.
Who are the Avengers fighting this one? What, the KKK? No, 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 no,
The other one.
no. I mean, this would be good people to punch in the face, but no, 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 no. That's not what we're talking about. But yeah, eventually, the Avengers can find Captain Marvel, but eventually she comes to them.
Yeah, she reassembles
Yeah.
out of thin air, and her parents come in and are obviously pretty shocked to see her condition.
Hmm.
Yeah, I love the character of Monica Rambeau. So for me, I thought that she was done dirty with this. I felt like they could have come up with some other, like maybe some alien menace or something that only Captain Marvel could deal with, and she has to
Hmm.
go off world or something. You know, have her go off world and help out with the. They had just done stuff with the Skrulls and the Kree. Like maybe she would have to go out and help them with something. Like have some other alien menace that needs her talents off world rather than just short circuiting her powers with water. You know,
Or
maybe.
even something smaller, be like, my father had a heart attack. I'm quitting the Avengers. Can
Oh
you take
yeah,
care of my father? Help take care of my father. Something.
exactly. Right. Yeah, my parents need my help, or yeah, yeah, anything but what they did to her. Yeah, I
Okay,
just
this is even more ridiculous. So like this Nebula imposter is like in is in this like, the Kang Citadel or whatever, but she has a
Mhm.
closet full of like regular clothes.
Yeah, yeah. It's supposed to be like this futuristic world, and she's got this 20th century wardrobe picked out.
I mean,
And
unless the Kangs keep like these kind of clothes around for like going to different eras, but I thought they'd just have like cloaking technology or something.
yeah, or some type of unstable molecules that reassemble themselves depending on what century you were in.
And I love that little what that breakaway thing that she gets into to go to Earth. It was almost like a little elevator you sit in, but I love it's like the buttons are like way out, far out. What kind of hippie wrote this? Before you go to man, way out, man.
Smoking the doobie.
Oh no, man, it might be harder than that.
Everyone loves cocaine.
It was 88, so there's
Oh yeah.
entirely the possibility of that. Yeah. And I remember thinking it was weird that all of a sudden Dr. Druid did this 180 because before this, like he had been kind of
It was kind of a
manipulative a little bit and
He
he
was
was kind of a
kind of a
dick.
jerk, but yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But he wasn't outright like using his mental powers to coerce the fellow members of the Avengers into doing stuff.
Well, at this point, I mean, at the point where they're at the hospital, where they're like, "Oh, Captain Marvel can't come back." It's like Nebula's in his head. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's like, "Oh, we have to elect a leader." So of course, yeah, he manipulates Monica and saying, "Oh, I'm the Doctor
Yeah.
Druid." Then
I
he,
think Dr. Druid would be a wise choice.
mm,
Yeah. I like how Thor was the only one that was able to resist him, though, because of course he's a god, so that makes
mm.
sense. Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, because Thor's like, I'll nominate myself.
Yeah.
Which again, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, he's
Yeah.
been the longest. He's the only founder here. Yeah.
Right.
Mm,
Yeah, and what a weird team we're left with at the end.
yeah,
Dr. Druid, Thor, She-Hulk, and the Black Knight. That's it.
I know. That's what I was gonna say. I'm like this. The rest of the story, it just seems so weird to me. It doesn't even almost seem like the Avengers. It just seems like this could almost be an issue with Thor. It's basically just Thor and
Yeah.
power.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally, especially the next one.
Hmm. So yeah. Doctor Druid manipulates them all into saying, "Oh yeah, Doctor Druid,"
Yeah.
and then they see Monica and her parents off at the airport the next morning, and
Mhm. May you recover speedily.
then yes, the next one is Drew. It's like, oh, there's the cosmos reverberates with the approach of unseen foes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's reverberating, all right.
Whoa, throbbing, if you will.
So is that instead of Nebula, that's Ravana, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that might not be revealed until the Avengers Spotlight issue, but yeah, I think it is Ravonna who, for those of you who may not remember, was Kang's woman, but then he chose power over her, and she kind of got
Mhm.
put into a coma. And yeah, I guess eventually when she reawakened, she wanted revenge against Kang, which is why she's trying to get all mixed up with the council. And
The council, yeah. But I forgot why she took on the appearance of Nebula. Just to as a disguise, or
I guess maybe to use the Nebula's rep, because again at this time Nebula's not even the daughter of Thanos. She's like the great
the
grandniece or something of Thanos. It's like something
grandniece or
further.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
Can you
I
imagine?
couldn't remember why she took Nebula's appearance, but
I can't
it's
remember.
weird because in some issues of this, she's colored differently.
Yeah. For some reason, she takes the appearance of that blonde, like a blonde woman for some of this. Yeah, and then other times she's just pure Nebula. Yeah,
Yeah. And I think her actual appearance is the blonde woman, right? Ravana?
I don't know if she is. She was a blonde or was she like a brunette or a redhead or something? I didn't think it was
Oh,
blonde, although she might have been. I can't remember.
maybe. But
Hello, Russell. We all want revenge against Kang. Uh, yeah. But yeah, I don't know if that was even just a retcon to the Ravonna thing, because maybe they're just like, no, this can't be Nebula, or we don't want this to be Nebula. So I wonder if that was just like a
right, because
retcon at some point.
yeah, because I felt like John Byrne used Nebula in a Avengers story shortly after this
Yeah, like around 314 or so. Yeah.
with with
The Stranger.
The Paul Ryan
Yeah.
artwork and the Stranger and Spider-Man and all that. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah,
So I wonder if they did that if they did that just because it was like, oh no, yeah, we want to use the Nebula, but no, she's stuck in a time bubble. No,
yeah.
no,
Just kidding, it wasn't her.
no. All right. Any other thoughts on this one? Or should we get to the
No,
second
we
one?
can move on to the next one. Yeah,
All right. Yeah, because the first one's a lot of setup, but yeah, we're gonna start trucking here, kids. All right.
yeah, we got the action here.
All right. Avengers 295 from September 1988. Beggars Would Ride. I think we got the same team here. Oh my god, I love the names of I got the list of the Kang names here.
Oh,
One is Fred Kang.
Fred
Fred Kang. Yeah. The one, of course, the one with the goatee is Chairman Kang, but yeah, no,
Oh,
we
yes.
got Fred Kang.
Fred Kang. That's fantastic.
Uh, Fred Kang. Oh, another short synopsis. All right. Uh, Nebula sees Thor as the only threat to her control of the Avengers and sends a it literally says Dinobot from the far future to destroy him. Dr. Jura tries to prevent She-Hulk and the Black Knight from helping him. The Black Knight manages to escape and help Thor defeat the Dinobot.
It's not
Uh,
Grimlock, folks.
yeah, no.
It's not Grim.
Um, there's even a note here. This is not a Dinobot from the Transformers universe, even though Marvel was writing the Transformers comic at the time.
It could have been Grimlock, but it's not.
The title was taken from the old saying, if wishes were horses, beggars would ride.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so, yeah, well, I guess we'll have to, let's get into this. Open up here. And yes, kids, these are all Marvel Unlimited, so.
Yes, you can read all these. I think some of these are in collections too.
There's your Dinobot.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, because I guess it gets pulled from this weird future where a bunch of these robot dinosaurs are attacking, and
Hmm.
humanity's trying to fight them back, but then one of them gets Nebula, I guess, pulls one out and sends it to the present,
Yeah,
right into Washington D.C.
Washington D.C. of all places.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they're having a meeting, and then yeah, Nebula appears to uh, Druid in her blonde, half naked form. So
Yeah. She wants to get his attention right away.
yes, and then yeah, lets him know about the Dinobots, and he's like, Thor, only Thor can.
Only Thor! Don't send She-Hulk and the Black Knight. They need a
Thor,
rest.
Thor alone. Yes.
Yeah.
And then they don't have, I guess they don't have communicards or nothing yet because he's like, here, use this micro transmitter, basically just like an Apple Watch.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that must have been before the cards, right? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I'm thinking that must be on the other side of 300. Although
Mm,
they didn't have them. I thought they might have had them before, but I guess not.
I thought so too. I could have sworn they had them during this time period, but or at least some little rich wristwatch thing like that. Yeah, that they
Well,
all had.
yeah. Well, the communicards. I mean, they weren't they able to like tap into like whatever bank account they all could.
Yeah, they're multi-purpose. Yeah, they're
Tony Stark.
communications.
Tony Stark heard they elected Doctor Druid leader, and he shut that down real quick. Cut up all them cards.
Oh, what's the East Coast doing? Oh, shut them off.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, yeah. Oh, wait, they elected a cult leader. Nah.
No, we're gonna stop that right now.
But I love when Thor's flying from Avengers Island and he's like, oh, more and more do I sorely miss the steadfast company of my former teammates, Captain America, Iron Man, and Hercules. They at least wore their hearts upon their sleeves, spoke their minds openly, and fought as warriors.
Hmm. Those days are gone, Thor. Those days
Hmm.
are gone.
Boy, well, yeah, Hercules was the ultimate poster child of speak first, think later.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that ended up biting him in the ass a little bit.
Hmm. Oh no, it's about to here soon. Evolutionary Wars, yeah, like right
Uh,
after this, yeah. And then the Kangs are all trying to figure out what Nebula was up to.
yes, the Council of Kangs have got their own wheels spinning with that. God, there's so
Uh,
many of these Kangs. It's hard to keep them all
I
straight.
know.
Yeah.
Oh, it is cool with Thor fighting the giant dinosaur.
Yes. For me, that was the highlight of this issue. I loved it. And plus we've got Walt Simonson writing Thor again, which
Yes.
to me he's like one of the best Thor writers, period.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So anytime that he gets a chance to write Thor, I'm happy.
Oh, I know. Like that's one of Will's favorite periods. Like when like taught a class on like comics at some point, and I think he said like the Walt Simonson Thor was like a big part of his like
Mm,
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
But as if you couldn't tell, this was they were like not doing Transformer, but doing a Transformer when Thor gets knocked down and goes, by the eye of Odin, 'tis more to this creature than meets the eye.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I see what you're doing there.
Sneakily trying to advertise the Transformers comic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, but the Thor, at least, I thought Thor would just go at it no matter what. But yeah, he tries calling in the other Avengers, and then when She-Hulk goes to run to the Quinjet, yeah, Doctor Druid tries to stop her.
Yeah, he gets her confined to a chair.
Mm-hmm.
And I love this part where the Black Knight manages to sneak away in the
Yes.
Quinjet, and just as Doctor Druid is about to try to stop him with his mental powers, She-Hulk just kicks him in the ass and stuff it, Chrome Dome. That's great.
Uh,
Walt Simonson writes a great She-Hulk too.
I
He
know.
really he gets a good grasp on her. Yeah.
The Black Knight freak.
So good.
Uh, just that Quinjet flying straight up with a trail of exhaust.
Yeah. Ethanol.
Mhm.
And then Nebula, aka Ravonna, shows up, not blue anymore.
Yep.
She's back to being blonde and human looking.
That's what I'm wondering if it's a retcon, or if she just really playing the part. 'Cause she goes, "How in the name of Thanos can I control the Avengers?" She's uttering Thanos' name. I'm like, oh my god.
Invoking the name of her ancestor.
Exactly. So I wonder if they're
Yeah.
they. I think they did retcon that.
Yeah.
Because she even thinks to herself, "Careful, Nebula," and it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, yikes. And then this little one-on-one she has with She-Hulk, She-Hulk says, "I'm a lawyer, sweetheart." They don't get much realer than that. And Ramon and Nebula, she goes, "You must be kidding, honey. All lawyers ever do is split hairs. They wouldn't know a real barber if they saw one. And I'm about to give you the trim of your life."
I think she gave Druid the trim of his life.
Yeah, she did. And then some.
It's like that scene from what was that? Was that X-Men First Class or something? When Emma Frost is in that general's head, he thinks
Yeah.
he's with Emma Frost, meanwhile he's just there by himself, like laying on. That's Druid. That's Doctor Druid.
It totally is.
Oh, your hands are almost as skilled as my own. Yeah. That would have been a funny scene. Yeah, just Doctor Druid like was flopping around by himself.
I think we need to rethink this new chairman, folks.
Oh, Nebula, you handle the mystic stone so wonderfully.
Oh, Nebula, you're the knight herself and a devil for making me want you.
You're the universe itself. Uh, but then the Black Knight shows up in Washington, and he's having trouble flying that Quinjet because his hands are getting so stiff.
Mm. Yep, and then his hand slices through the hatchway because his whole body's becoming a blade, essentially. And he is able to damage the creature enough for Mjolnir to do some even greater damage to it.
Yeah, because Thor found out, the thing was self-repairing. But yeah, that's the Black Knight and his sword can both cut through this thing. So the minute it does, Thor just whips that hammer in there and it's like, before it can repair this.
Yep.
He's like, I'm gonna take its head off. There's nothing to repair.
Right. Yeah, I loved this thing. I was actually bummed that it was destroyed in one issue because I wanted to see it again.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure. I don't think anyone's ever done anything with that again. But I'm like, okay, so there's a bunch of future tech just laying at the bottom of that. What's probably the Potomac there. So
Get damage control over there to
I'm sure.
scoop that out of the river.
As we saw in Spider-Man: Homecoming, that don't mean nothing.
Yeah, right.
Uh,
Somebody could have the rest of that robot T-Rex.
exactly.
Yeah, build a new head for that thing.
Or use the circuitry for something else.
Mm.
Yeah. Then Thor pulls the Black Knight out of the river. But yeah, basically, the Black Knight's able to basically whisper out, it's true, what Druid did. It's true. It's Druid doing.
Yep.
An ambulance shows up and Thor loads him into the ambulance, tells the paramedics, yeah, take him gently, but don't touch him, not at thy peril.
Thy peril, yeah. Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, so Dr. Druid can see this whole thing, but meanwhile, he's got She-Hulk mesmerized on his side.
Yeah, unfortunately. Next things are going to go from bad to worse for the Avengers.
This is nuts, and we're not even at the time bubble yet. We haven't mentioned the time bubble yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Anything else on this one, or should we get to issue 3?
No, I love this one with the robot T-Rex.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely the highlight for me was that battle. It was really great. And the John Buscema artwork, I mean, so good.
Oh yeah.
So good. Masterful stuff.
All right. All right. So we're gonna get to the Avengers
90s.
296. Yeah, from October 1988. Hearts of Oak and Heads to Match. Oh yeah, these ones are kind of short synopses. I'm thinking maybe it's the next episode that has the longer ones because I know there are longer synopses here. All right, team looks almost the same except looks like we got Max Sheely as colorist this time. Uh, Thor and the Black Knight confront Doctor Druid, who controls the She-Hulk. Uh, Thor and the Black Knight are defeated, and Nebula secures control of their minds. They refit a Quinjet and use it to breach a time barrier to reach the bubble at the heart of time.
The
Uh,
Heart of Time.
yeah. Okay, the notes. Yes, the Council of Cross-Time Kangs finds out that Kang Nebula has gathered technology from every member. I think it's one of these issues. It's like, is it her or something? It was like, yeah, you think none of these Kangs had ever seen a woman before? They were so easily seduced, you know? Well, I guess all the Kangs across creation have one thing in common: not a one of them has ever conquered one territory.
Yeah, out of all of the multiverse, there was never a female version of Kang out of all of them. Yeah, I find that difficult to believe.
Oh, jeez. And or none of them had do their way around the woman. It's just like,
Exactly.
here, give me your
Out of
deadliest
all
weapon.
those years, yeah.
Give me your deadliest weapon. Okay.
Okay. If you said so.
The you mean a guy named Fred Kang wasn't a ladies' man?
The legend of Fred Kang.
Uh, oh, and this one, did you? I think was it when they were leaving Washington, Thor and the Black Knight? Did you see the quick appearance by Clark Kent and Lois Lane?
Oh, yes. Yes, I did. I loved that.
Even though Clark's hair was colored a different color, but yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Uh, okay, okay, no, we already know that. All right. But yeah, this cover is pretty good too.
Yeah.
This cover and the next one is just the Avengers duking it out.
Amongst each other, yeah. Yeah, I love this cover.
That first page is funny when Thor's just like, "Where's the Black Knight?" and charging into that
Yeah.
hospital.
None of the people in the hospital were able to stop him.
Mm, but then, what is that? The administrator or something, or the doctor? He's like, "Oh yeah, Black Knight's outside."
Yeah.
Like,
This is kind of weird because he said his life iseth is in no danger, but his condition precluded keeping him in one of our beds. I was like, what's that iseth about?
I think he was trying to talk like Thor, or because Thor was talking.
Oh.
I don't know.
Iseth.
It's like, oh, you got me talking like that now.
Oh, so funny. And then I love how he's talking with the Black Knight just outside the hospital, and all a bunch of uh, reporters and people come up looking for autographs, and he just whips up this little mini storm, this
Yeah,
little
yeah.
miniature whirlwind that like obscures their vision and hides them
Here,
from
here, let's talk inside this tornado.
this little mini tornado will shield us from all the paparazzi. I love that.
That the one reporter. It's worse than Reagan's helicopter defense.
And then they just
And
casually fly
should be
out.
here any moment.
Yeah.
Mm. But yeah, I mean, first the Black Knight tells him, yeah, his hands and everything can cut through anything, and then he tells him about how Druid's gone nuts, and he's like, he exerted some sort of mental control over She-Hulk and me. Mm. So yeah, Thor picks him up, and yeah, they fly off. Mm.
More intrigue with the Council of Kangs as well.
Yeah.
and lots of it.
He's like, who among us has shared technology with Nebula? We need to know what she has in her arsenal, and none of them say anything because they all have,
Yeah.
because once again, yeah, none of them could resist the siren lore of
Superior puss. Yeah. It was so foreign to them. They didn't know what to do with
I know they're all yelling at each other. Liar, you're the first one to fell into
it.
the no.
I love this panel too when Dr. Druid and Jarvis and She-Hulk and Ravonna are watching Thor and the Black Knight on the monitor, and She-Hulk says, "No problem. Those blonde brains are strictly Stone Age vintage. It would never occur to him to watch out for a woman."
Yes.
Those blonde brains are strictly Stone Age vintage. I love it.
I think it was the first issue when they were talking about who should lead, and I think did it Dr. Druid say, "Oh, She-Hulk couldn't be a leader. She doesn't present the right kind of image in those purple
The
leotards."
purple leotard.
like like big talking guy in a purple robe.
A purple cloak. Yeah, okay, a purple cloak's perfectly acceptable, but a leotard isn't? Yeah, I don't think so.
So yes, Thor and the Black Knight get back to Hydro Base.
And discover a trap. Uh-oh.
Well, it looks like She-Hulk has freed herself and knocked out Dr. Druid, but it's a trick
Yeah, they have some
because
mind control devices.
yes, they put one on the Black Knight. Black Knight's about to fight it off, but Dr. Druid, I guess, uses his power to increase it. But Thor's fighting it.
He goes, "Thou traitoress." He
Because
says. Thou traitoress. I love that.
it's messing with him a little bit because She-Hulk's tackling him, and then her and Dr. Druid double team him, and then it's like, well, I guess one of these mind benders. So
Mind benders.
now we
Oh
have
yeah, another reference.
now we have our GI Joe reference. Yeah, so
Yes. Yeah.
Druid's like, oh, I guess one mind bender won't work, so let's slap three on him.
Come to think of it, he kind of looks like Dr. Mindbender a little bit.
Kinda, yeah.
Dr. Druid, yeah, all he's missing is the monocle.
Mm. And when they awaken, they will be real Avengers at last.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, and this is where we learn about the time bubble. The Council of Kangs are explaining in detail about the time bubble at the heart of time itself.
Yeah.
Which no craft can penetrate. Anything that ever tries to fly into it is destroyed. But they believe that at the heart of it is a rogue celestial.
Well, that's true, as we'll discover next episode.
Mm.
Yeah, because it's the king of our timeline. He's basically like, oh, that's the reason they let him in, because they wanted his help with the Avengers.
Mm-hmm. He had quite a bit of experience dealing with them.
But yeah, forget multiverse, kids. Yes, the weapon mighty enough to threaten the entire space-time structure of the Omniverse.
The Omniverse itself.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yes, a time bubble, some 15 years long.
That's so crazy.
I know.
15 years long. I love it.
They're saying, yes, a single ship will penetrate the bubble. Nebula knows this. Our greatest enemies, the Avengers, will succeed where we have failed. And they say, yeah, we don't know. They don't know a lot, but what we do know, Nebula doesn't, is that Thor is present for the journey. Again, true.
Mm-hmm.
And if Nebula, yeah, so they're like, yeah, we got to protect Thor. They want to protect all the Avengers because, like, we don't know what mixture of Avengers are going into that bubble, but we know for a fact Thor is in there.
Mm-hmm.
I love Chairman Kang, which is why we must do something no Kang ever thought possible. We must send a bodyguard to watch over the Avengers.
Yeah. I love that. Unexpected twist.
Yes. And then, then we see Nebula explaining to the Avengers what she knows of this. And
Mm-hmm.
Because she's even said, the Kangs were prepared to wait until the Avengers gathered themselves together to unravel the enigma of the mysterious time bubble. But she went straight while the iron's hot.
Yeah.
Thor's like, let's not delay. He's like, but how are we going to get there? Again, his hammer used to be able to travel through time, but no longer.
Yes. That power has been taken away. I think it was Odin that did that, right?
I think so.
Yeah. It's like, I'm tired of you wandering around and getting into trouble, Thor. You're grounded.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. But yeah, she says, I was a mistress of time, blah, blah, blah. She said it was also easy. You'd think that none of the Kangs had ever seen a woman before.
As we were saying. I took my Kang's place, determined to take the council for everything it had, and so I have.
Yeah, so she seduced her first Kang, killed him, and took his place. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this? What is this talk of time bubbles, my lady? I love your time bubbles.
Superior puss.
So yeah, again, she's telling them about the time bubble. That almost looks like a cobra. Wait, it almost looks like a cobra trooper, like getting crushed by that debris there.
It does. It does. That symbol on the chest absolutely looks like Cobra, and some of the craft too. Some of the
Oh yeah,
ships have a vague resemblance to other things. Yeah, they were channeling all kinds of influences for these '88 comic books, weren't they? Yeah, I love it. A little bit of everything.
But yeah, I mean, with Thor asks, "Oh, what's this weapon?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm keeping that to myself." Suffice to say that the weapon is supreme.
Mm,
It
yes.
might even be necessary to destroy an entire universe to demonstrate my implacable will, and I would do it
Mm,
gladly.
hmm
Again, she mentions the weapon is the birthright of the granddaughter of Thanos, and I shall. So again referencing herself as granddaughter of Thanos.
Yeah, granddaughter. Yeah,
Again, I'm thinking, yeah, this was supposed to be Nebula until they needed Nebula
right.
elsewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just so weird though. Like, why would Ravana do this method acting, trying to be Nebula? I just don't get it. Yeah.
Yeah, especially after the Avengers are already mind controlled.
Mm, yeah. It's like we don't need to keep up the ruse anymore. You've already got them under your control with those devices.
Yeah.
It's weird.
But yeah, and then she's like, "Oh, we got to modify Quinjet," and tells the Black Knight how to modify the Quinjet to travel in time.
Mm,
Saying we don't have a lot of time, but once we leave, the Kangs won't be able to stop us. Uh, so yeah, they're Thor carrying this component, and Druid's like, I'll pick it up with my mind.
no big deal.
That arrogant look on his face, just like,
Yeah. You see, Avengers, the measure of a man is the development of his psychic faculties, and those of Dr. Druid have been developed to the peak of perfection, which is why I am the leader of this group.
Yeah, not because Nebula, mind controlled him and everyone else. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with it, right, Dr. Druid? Okay, yeah.
I was just waiting for any other Avenger to come walking in and be like, "What the hell's going on here?"
Yeah. Somebody from the West Coast branch just comes in and is like, "Oh, yikes. I
Or
think
Captain
I'll
America walks in
be
early
heading
and goes,
back."
"Oh, Inferno's going on. Oh, wait, what?"
No, you're a couple months early.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, then the Kangs are talking about sending 3 Kangs after them. Mr. Chairman Kang, Kang of the Target Earth, which is ours, and Kang of Earth Mesozoic 24.
Mesozoic 24, who unfortunately, spoilers folks, comes to a horrible end in the next issue.
uh oh yeah, is it Chairman Kang who's basically like we're gonna is this the one where he says There's one where he's like, I want to wipe her so her name is even remembered by the the Council of Kangs or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I think that might be in the next issue.
Yeah.
But he does mention that, yeah.
Uh,
I love this piece here. As the Avengers are leaving in the Quinjet, Nebula Ravonna says to Jarvis, "You will remain here until we return, Jarvis, and under no circumstances are you to reveal what you know. You will die of a heart attack if necessary first." Very good, madam, he says.
yep, because you don't want to find benders on him too. Yeah.
It's like you're just gonna leave him to stand on the beach? What if he has to poop?
Well, I think you go about the business of the island after they leave. I think he was just seeing them all. I think she means remain on the island. No, but I don't think she means remain in that exact spot. I forgot this was Eye Patch Jarvis too.
It was, yeah. He was still recuperating.
Yep, that's another one we got to do. Yeah, that
Mm,
Siege of Avengers Mansion. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, we'll get some guests in for that one. That one's an epic.
Oh heck yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what? I know Will loves this time in Avengers history. Yeah, we would have to get Will in here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I know. Yeah, he loves this time of Avengers. Yeah, the Roger Stern stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
he read Avengers for many years, and only one thing made him stop.
Spend this, spend this.
I totally understand, and I empathize 100%.
And then, the three Kangs show up, and it's like, oh, the Avengers are gone. We can't stop them because, because they have their own probability field or whatever. Yeah.
Hmm.
So they're like, so they kind of have to well, as we'll see in a little bit, they kind of have to backtrack, but
Yes. But that's the nice thing about being a time traveler is that you can do that fairly easily.
then at the end of this, we see the Avengers and fake Nebula get to the time bubble.
The bubble at the heart of time. Soon, with the help of the Avengers, Nebula will not only rule the Omniverse, she will own it.
I love next issue. We'll see the end of many things, including Nebula, the Quest, and the Mighty Avengers.
And they're not wrong about that.
No.
Yeah.
All right. So should we get to the last one?
Yes, with the best cover.
Where everything goes and runs amok? Yes.
Yeah, this issue really is bless this mess.
It's basically, well, we're clearing the board, kids.
Bless this mess.
All right, Avengers 297 from November 1988. Futures Imperfect, not Future Imperfect, Futures Imperfect. Yes. Same team as like the first couple. This time, two editors, Mark Grunwald and Greg Wright. Okay. Oh geez. Okay, so there's no synopsis for this. Oh, it says it's conclusion of the Cross-Time Kangs saga. The current Avengers lineup resigns.
Oh, that's the synopsis. Okay.
Oh yeah, and they but there's notes here, but meanwhile it's like plot points, so I don't know what's all right, let's just get into this. All right.
Yeah, it's fairly cut and dry with this one.
Yeah.
But again, with this one, here's some more inconsistency because Nebula Ravonna is back to looking human again with blonde hair.
Yeah.
Whereas at the end of the last issue, she was blue again. So don't know what that's about, but
is it like
and she's blue on the cover. Yeah.
I wonder if it's just like, is it supposed to be, is it faulty Kang tech? Is it just like her image inducers going? I don't know. Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, it's strange. Yeah. But yeah, they're traveling through the perimeter of the time bubble, essentially.
Yep.
And then everything starts getting all timey-wimey and crazy.
And they see all those other Quinjets and yeah.
And meanwhile, back on Hydra base, as you mentioned, the three Kangs do a little bit of backtracking.
Mm-hmm.
and they're able to stow away on the Quinjet, on the underside of the Quinjet, before it leaves for the time bubble mission.
Yep. And then meanwhile, she's had like Thor and the Black Knight on the Quinjet to like batter through everything pretty much.
Yeah. Good thing they can survive in the vacuum of space.
Yep. And then when they execute evasive maneuvers to watch out for the turbulence, yes, Mesozoic Kang falls from the Quinjet.
Yeah. Oops.
Here in this realm of shifting realities, he has already ceased to exist.
Yeah. Hopefully it was quick.
Yes. So, but meanwhile, fake Nebula is like, wait a minute, we can't get into the bubble. Why? She's like, do we have the right mix of Avengers? She's like, wait a minute, that's it. I'm not an Avenger.
Yeah, this part was weird.
Yeah, so
this,
she's
this
like,
part to me felt like, okay, we need to fill a page. We don't know what to do. Let's have them vote for.
we found a plot hole. Let's fill that plot hole.
Yeah.
She tells Druid, yes, nominate me for Avengers membership, and he does, and then she makes the rest of them vote yes. Yeah, Thor says yes. She-Hulk,
yeah, to me this had filler page written all over it.
Yeah, I know. But as each answer, she has like Druid look at his precognitive vision that are they all here? The ones supposed to go in that bubble, and Druid's like definitely Thor. And then she says She-Hulk, and he's like it's hard to tell, and there is a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So, but no one feels She-Hulk. And then and they get to the Black Knight, and he's like, Druid's like, beloved, that's it. Dane's void, future's a void. He's definitely past history, not future history.
Jump overboard, she says.
But he can hardly move because his limbs have become so stiff, and he needs to adjust his exoskeleton. She's like, there are no time. She's like, She-Hulk, jettison the Black Knight.
Jettison the Black Knight now.
I love as She-Hulk's throwing him out. He goes, thank you, Jennifer. Sorry I was unequal to the effort. No problem, Dane. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yeah, that mind control stuff is nasty.
Yeah, so yeah, Black Knight would have been a goner just like Mesozoic Kang, but Chairman Kang catches him in like a tractor beam. So
rescues him.
Yep. So as Nebula's trying to get the Quinjet ready to go into the bubble, our Kang kind of overloads Thor's mind benders for a minute here, and goes wild and starts attacking Nebula.
Yeah, a minute's all he needs.
Yep, and then so she tells the She-Hulk to stop him. She goes, I can kill him. The pseudo armor I stole from the Kang I killed contains enough energy to slay even a god.
Even a god.
Mm-hmm. So the Kangs are pulling the Black Knight back, and then Nebula sees a Kang on the side.
They found me.
I love what Kang goes, you should have stayed a Kang Girl Scout guide instead of branching out on
Indeed, we have traitoress.
Should have stayed home and sold those cookies, broad.
Traitoress. I love that.
Yes. And then Kang fires and frees She-Hulk from her mind bender.
And she says, I swear I'll kill you if it's the last thing I do.
I know, because she's even like, the things you made me do, she's like, you made me kill Dane.
Yeah. Yeah, she thinks the Black Knight's dead. Yeah.
Yeah. Nebula's just flying crazy all over the place. And the other two Kangs, fall off the Quinjet.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden She-Hulk's free, but Thor's back under control. So
yeah,
Thor and She-Hulk are still fighting.
But yeah, She-Hulk's given a good account. And then she frees Thor from the control. She hits him hard enough so that I guess the mind benders shatter or something.
Yeah, because she basically shatters that cockpit. Yeah, and it's little sparkles. Yeah, Thor's free. Yeah. It's so funny. Thor starts going for Nebula, and then Dr. Druid tries to tackle
Thor. I thought this was the most absurd part of the whole issue. I thought, okay, he already knows that he can mind control one of these Avengers. Instead of doing that, he's going to launch himself at Thor.
I know, instead he uses his mental power. I know. I love She-Hulk. Thor's too amazed to say anything, so I'll say it for him. You're going one-on-one with Odin's fair-haired boy. Doc, thou just hast been listening.
Yeah.
She really must be holding your brains in her pants pocket.
You're damn right.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
give me your puss.
Yeah. That's exactly what's going on.
She's holding your brain in her prison purse.
It's in his prison purse.
So then Black Knight's able to climb on board in time to like steer the Quinjet. He's like, "Oh, the rest of you were just, trashing it."
Yeah, before it flies directly into the time bubble itself.
Yes.
Yeah. She-Hulk says, "There's only one thing here I'm going to destroy, and when we're done, honey, they're going to be able to pick you up with a sieve."
But yeah, I couldn't remember if she turned blue again or not. But yeah, she's blonde this whole issue.
Yeah, this whole issue. And on the cover, she's blue. It's so bizarre. I still don't get it.
Again, I also don't know if the original plan wasn't for it to be Nebula, or were they trying to like change course in the middle and say, "Okay, we can't do Nebula." I don't know.
It's weird. But yeah, she starts ripping her Kang costume off.
You can't be doing this. My armor is designed to withstand the fury of cosmic storms. Not even close.
You better sue the manufacturer.
Ha. Thor's like, no. He's like, Jennifer, stop! You'll kill her. But out,
You'll
Thor.
kill her.
But out, Thor. That's the general idea.
I love this. I love seeing Jen this mad enough to just kill this woman for what she's done to her. It's fantastic. Jen smash. Yeah.
And then this fake Nebula is gonna say she's gonna transport out, and the energy will fry the entire cockpit. But then when she does,
it shorts out.
Yeah.
Yep. And she's the only one that's fried.
So they're all. So the Avengers try to fly away from the time bubble as they see all those other Phantom Quinjets. But then they're like, "Oh, look, there's the one that breaches the time bubble." Are we sure that's a Quinjet? Stay tuned next episode, kids.
Yes. We'll find out.
But yeah, then they see, I guess, that fake Nebula getting pulled into the time bubble. So Drew, it's still my beloved being torn from the Quinjet. No, and he jumps in after her.
He leaps after her. Yeah, really smart. Yep.
They fall into the black hole looking.
Yep.
I love Black Knight, just like they're gone, and they're all just like
they're gone. Okay, let's go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And She-Hulk's all depressed now because
she's starting to realize the weight of what's happened.
Everything she did or what she was gonna do. Yeah. So they make it back to Hydro Base. Jarvis, he's like, "Where's Dr. Druid?" And they're like, "He won't be coming home, Jarvis." And wasn't there another woman? My memory seems unusually vague about her.
Yeah, she won't be coming home either, Jarvis.
And before they said it could do damage to people to take those mind benders off, but now Nebula's gone. They're like, "Yeah, she doesn't exist anymore." So these
yeah, exactly.
So She-Hulk's like, "No, I can't. I can't do this. I got to get I need time alone."
Understandable.
Yeah,
so
just like leaps in the Quinjet and takes off. Then this last page. Thor, I must return to Asgard, and Black Knight's going with me.
Yes, there's some important stuff happening over there.
Yes. So Jarvis is like, "What about the Avengers?" And Thor, they were a team. Now the team is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's still the West Coast branch.
None of our reserve members are available, and there is no time to field and train a new team. I've notified the West Coast Avengers of our disillusion.
Hmm.
It's
I
like,
mean, at least there was still them available, the West Coast team.
I just feel like Thor didn't want to do paperwork. I just
Yeah, absolutely. He
'Cause
could
the
have been a one-man show.
because the
Yeah.
minute Avengers 300, the minute Captain America's back, or the Captain, I should say, and starts rebuilding the Avengers, Thor's like, "Oh, I'm in.
It was
I'm in."
right there. Yeah. 2 issues later, and he's back. He's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'm back."
You're gonna fill out this forms in triplicate. All right, I'm in.
He didn't even care that there was another god on the team.
No,
Gilgamesh. He was like, "Yeah, whatever. There could
kind
be
of
2
forgot.
gods."
Kind of
Yeah,
forgot
whatever.
about him. Uh, what? Stacks and stacks of paperwork? I say thee nay.
I say thee nay.
Can you
Maybe
imagine the amount of paperwork you have to do on a time bubble
Oh.
caper?
Yeah. And just for any Avengers adventure, it's got to be monolithic, the amount of paperwork.
And then the whole team started attacking each other.
Yeah.
Uh,
And first she was blue, and then she looked human again, and I don't know.
oh
But
my god! Oh my god! You heard of mood rings, right? It was mood superior plus.
Yeah. She changed color depending on her mood.
She changed the blue to match Druid's balls.
Just the right shade.
I don't know, man. Them Kangs, man. That armor ain't the only thing purple. I'll tell you that. So Jarvis is left to lock up and turn off the lights.
Yeah, poor Jarvis. Yeah.
And again, we see the beeping. Beep, beep, beep.
Yep. Uh-oh, Inferno's happening. Help.
I mean, honestly, there was no one available. Because, I mean, again, at the end of the
Yeah.
Evolutionary War, Steve Rogers was able to put together a team.
Yeah, the Falcon, the Beast,
Mr. Joe Fixit.
Hercules. Yeah, even Joe Fixit was involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird that they couldn't have cobbled together a little hodgepodge group of Avengers at the end of this.
I mean, had
Even
he
for
not,
one issue, yeah, whatever.
I mean, scroll down, kids. But I mean, had he not taken a sleigh ride right into the Arctic, I mean, D-Man would have been there.
Oh, totally. Yes, go back and listen to our Captain America episode.
Yes. Oh my lord, that'd be a great what if. You know, what if D-Man had survived to be in the Avengers? What if Joe Fixit had stayed around to be in the Avengers?
Imagine that lineup from
Yes.
the Avengers Annual: Joe Fixit, Hercules, Joe Casta,
Yellow Jacket.
the female Yellow Jacket, and Beast, the Falcon, and the Captain America. It'd be
Yes.
it'd be amazing. It's the weirdest team of Avengers ever.
Exactly.
I also wanted more with the one we were just talking about, the issue 300 team. Because I kind of think that was the weirdest lineup too, with Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible One.
I know, and Thor and Gilgamesh and Steve Rogers. Yeah, jeez.
I really do. I think that's the weirdest Avengers team. That's
I
ever
think it
been.
was. It only lasted like a couple issues. Yeah,
I think it was 5 issues.
yeah.
Maybe
it was
3, 4, 5.
yeah, it was like 299 and 300, and then 301 through 303 was
Yeah,
a little thing with
when they went into
Supernova?
space.
Yeah.
Yeah, Supernova. Yeah, that's it.
All right. So what did you think of this one, Justin?
Like I
I
said,
mean, the whole story just
bless this mess. That's all I can sum it up with. I know that they had the goal to disassemble this team and kind of bust it up, and I think that might be why Roger Stern left the book, because
Hmm.
maybe he didn't want to do that, unless I'm getting my interviews mixed up or something. But I felt like Roger Stern left the book under duress. Like, he didn't want to, but there was something that editorial was doing or something that they wanted him to do that he wasn't pleased with, so he just left. And so Walt Simonson was drafted in to kind of finish the story out. Unless I'm getting that wrong. I might be getting that wrong too, in which case I apologize, listeners, but
Well, yeah,
I feel like there was more behind the scenes that happened here.
Yeah, I can't remember when Roger Stern left, so.
Yeah, I feel like it was just before this. It was, when the stuff with Marina happened, when she turned into the Leviathan.
Oh, yeah. Was that Roger Stern?
I think the last Roger Stern stuff was the Super Adaptoid story.
Okay, yeah.
And then it was Walt Simonson after that, yeah. But I feel like something happened behind the scenes that was fairly acrimonious. But anyway,
I told you we summoned them. Took a while. Hi,
folks. Hey, Noel.
Hey, Noel. We mentioned Ronald Reagan's helicopter. Yes, of course, we summoned Noel Tate. Told you. A dimension of the dreaded Republicans. Yes, Noel Tate arrives to save the day.
An alternate Earth of a hellscape.
Oh yeah, that's it. Uh-oh. Remember what we were talking about? Uh-oh. Why do I feel like I'm in the theater? I don't
know. He thinks that that you automatically attach all these political connotations to him, like any reference to like Nixon or like
it just seems
Reagan or like anything to do with any political.
It just seems like on my end, Noel, that's what you respond to the most. 9 times out of 10, it seems like if you're responding to something, it is something political. It's either, I swear, you either respond to, oh hey, my boy Justin's here, or hey, they're talking politics.
F. Chuck Dixon.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice prediction. Yeah, there's a delay. So. Yeah, but that's another episode we have to do one day. Is like, yeah, that Super Adaptoid story, and then maybe kind of like
love that
kind of slide in that same episode. Maybe what is that, Thor 390, when Steve Rogers picks up the hammer for Thor's hammer for the first time. Yeah,
that's some great stuff. I love that.
Because I even talked about one of the many times I talked to Ron Friends, I talked to him about that. I'm like, you're the guy who drew him picking up that hammer for the first time.
That iconic scene.
Yeah. That splash page.
Good. Yeah. I love that so much. Yeah.
That story's amazing. What, the adapter?
Yeah. Or I think he's talking about the other one. Yeah.
How does the owl remember all this stuff?
I don't know. I don't know how my brain retains all this stuff from 35 years ago.
Well, again, I think you're probably like me. You probably read those comics, when you were a kid, over and over and over again. That's what I said. I remember the stuff from 30 years more better than I remember the stuff from today, just because I've read
today or last week. Yeah.
Remember, kids, we didn't have for the longest time. We didn't have the internet as kids. We didn't have all this fancy stuff.
Yeah.
We didn't have phones, cell phones. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, we had a lot less distractions, so we had more time to kind of go back and reread these over and over again. And we didn't have them recollected either in omnibus or trade paperback or whatever. So
I know that's like I bought something offline today. I'm thinking, oh my god, they have it so easy. Remember there'd be days like you'd have to like. Do you ever spend a day just going to like multiple comic shops, like back issue bins and stuff? Especially if there was something specific you were looking for.
Yep, I'd spend hours and hours going through back issue bins.
Comics were better in our days, says Old Man Noel, but really they were. Well, I mean, the two old men here agree with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was thinking about that while reading this and what we're doing next episode. Yeah, I was like,
I feel like you got more story.
Oh yeah, I mean, again, those Fantastic Fours we're doing next episode. Oh, the word count was much higher. Oh yeah,
But I don't know. Even the scope of the stories was different.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking while reading both of these, but especially the Fantastic Four, and I'm just like, they, I mean, the multiverse thing is such like a trope again, and common these days. But I feel like they did it better back then.
Yeah. It was used more sparingly as well.
It was
It
used more
wasn't.
sparingly, and I think that it's like they weren't beholden to oh what's happening in live action at the moment,
Right.
or there were again that was the only thing. I think that was the upside to not having like all these movies and TV shows back
Totally.
then. It's like, yeah, the writers just did what they wanted. You didn't have to worry
100%.
about what's going on in the movies right now.
Yep. I feel like in a lot of ways the success of the movies and the shows has totally hamstrung the process of making new comic books now, because now an artist has to draw the character to look like the actor. Now you have stories and plot lines that have to follow, or not have to, but they need to some degree or another resemble the plot lines that are going on in the movies and the TV shows and stuff like that. Um, and if a character's dead in the movies, then they're dead in the comic books, and vice versa. So I don't. In some
Yeah.
ways, it's been a boon to the comic book industry, and in other ways, it's been a really horrible detriment.
I mean, it's nice that Disney saved Marvel from like bankruptcy and stuff, but yeah, now again, big corporation, it's like, oh, we need corporate synergy. Yeah, everything else be the
Mhm.
same. Yeah,
Yeah,
you could get as wacky with the stories. Yeah,
right.
oh yeah. Again, like
Absolutely.
this one, it's like, yeah, and Walt Simonson is like, yeah, just I got this weird, got high, had a weird story idea. Yeah, let's do it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And the whole sequence with the weird T-Rex from the future, like,
The
yeah,
not
just weird,
transformer.
but
Yeah,
not Transformer, just the weird adventurous stuff. Yeah, I feel like we saw a lot more of.
no, we will never see a Cleveland bound, pantsless, smoking Howard the Duck.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. I do prefer the classic Howard look.
I don't know though. I mean, Disney does have its history of pantsless ducks, so I don't know.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Probably not smoking a cigar, but yeah.
You know how duck penises work, right?
Corkscrew action.
Oh my.
Good and wet.
All right. So, all right. Should we cut this and
Yes, and we'll
Yes.
reconvene for the Fantastic Four.
yes. So yes, kids. Yeah, we're gonna record this right out the next one right after this one. But you can still send your thoughts on this one on the next episode, because next episode, yes, we're gonna do part 2 of the Time Bubble Saga from Fantastic Four 337 through 341. So yes,
Guest starring Thor.
yes, again, Thor's back. Like I said, Thor's going to play a big part in both of these. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, send your thoughts on both of those, and then we'll wrap up the rest of the month with. Come on, there we go. Silver Surfer 15 through 18 are from around the late 80s. So,
Yeah, nice.
and then yes, the last one of the month we'll do the first 4 issues of the Guardians of the Galaxy, the 1990 series. So,
Yeah. Some Jim Valentino action.
yes. All right. So, yes, send us your thoughts. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise. Get your brand new Capes and Lunatics merch. Oh, jeez. Noel, send us some feedback then. He says he has the Surfer floppies. Yeah, send us your feedback.
Ooh, yeah. Love to
Yeah.
hear some feedback on Silver Surfer.
Yeah, you got some time to get your feedback in on those. So yeah, send us some feedback. No, we will never know what this damn pants like. The tyranny of pants. Thank you, Charlie. I don't put them on unless I have to. So yes, gotta keep the merchandise. Again, you can rain the money on us like we're a young girl working her way through college. Yeah, just like we're working that effing,
Make it rain.
just like we're working that effing stripper pole.
She looks like she was just working a stripper pole down at Divas.
Yes, rating the random money on us, or again, of course, subscribe to the Patreon. Again, I think our shows are crazy. It's completely uncensored over there, and especially this year with the dangerously sober,
Yes.
unmedicated, untouched little hellfire. So
Capes and Lunatics unhinged.
talk about a female smashing. I mean, yeah.
She's
Smash
channeling She-Hulk on this cover.
Exactly.
Smash it.
All right. So yeah, so subscribe to the Patreon. It's totally insane this year. So yes, find it all at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. It's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
All right. Now for the king of podcasting, Mr. Justin the Owl. You can find him here every week on Marvel Tales. You can hear him once a month on the Capes Lunatics here on X-Men Classics, where we talk something X-Men related. You can hear him also once a month here on Energon Universe with me and Russell talking all the new Transformers and G.I. Joe coming out of Image right now.
Yeah.
And you can hear him at least once a month, sometimes more, on We Are the Night,
The Batman podcast.
where we talk Azrael at least once a month, and sometimes
Yes.
he sneaks in to talk Catwoman or Killer Moth. So
Killer Moth or something else. You never know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, wait till episode 2. I can't wait for episode 200.
Oh,
when we do
yeah.
Batman 89. Yeah.
That's going to be so good.
You mean
I'm so
love
excited
that.
for that. Yeah.
I said, you two are so awesome to record with separately, but together, you don't need to get high, kids. These two get you out. Just their presence, just their combined presence gets you high.
I love that.
I almost feel like I got a contact buzz just from talking with both of them at the same time. All right. But where else can people find you, Mr. Justin?
You can also find me every month over at Gamma Charge, the strongest Marvel podcast there is, where every month Russell and I talk about the Incredible Hulk and the sensational She-Hulk, Jen, that was featured in our episode tonight. Her current adventures we chronicle. And we also have a Patreon, so do check that out. And every month, me and the High Priest of Khonshu, Ray, can also be found over on Predator and Prey, the Yucha podcast, where we're talking about the brand new Predator comics coming out every month from Marvel and the classic ones from Dark Horse. And last but not least, the Lost Library of Legends, my podcast dedicated to the lost and forgotten comic books of the past, is still going on. And by the time that this episode comes out, I should have just wrapped up my 2-part retrospective on 1994's Black Wolf.
Going back to the 90s here, bitch.
My favorite biscuit.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. Double biscuits for me.
I'll wait till next episode. 2 blonde biscuits.
That's right.
Double biscuits for me. I'm going to eat this up with a fork and spoon. I love it.
I need more drunk Justin videos.
You get one every November.
I know. Christmas present to all of you. All right. Thank you for joining us again. Next episode, part 2 of the Time Bubble Saga. This time with the Fantastic Four and Thor and Iron Man.
And Thor and Iron Man. And Death's Head.
What should I say? The Fantastic Five? All right, kids. All right. Until next time, remember, don't get kicked in the time bubbles. Good night.